Welcome everybody to today's masterclass. Super excited to be with you guys for another week of exciting conversations and growth. And what I'm really excited about this time is we're going to be talking about a missing piece for so many real estate agents and entrepreneurs in their businesses, right? So here's the truth. Most agents, if we're talking about realtors, right, you guys never go next level in servicing with your clients, right? You get one deal done, you get your check, and you move on. And that's typically the process that I see in this industry. And we're leaving tons of opportunity on the table. And why? Because when we start thinking about it, right, when the follow-up is so important, guys, it's what actually starts to build retention in your business, added referrals. So it's not just about the sale, it's about the aftercare. So in this conversation, we're going to be talking about how to create a repeatable system and really steer away from processes that most agents disengage from because they just don't feel excited enough, right? So many, like I call them mini entrepreneurs, you guys are reinventing the wheel every single time. And it like blows my mind why you guys do that, right? You're fighting successes that are already been generated. So when you find something that works in your business, right? And we're talking follow-up. When you find something that works, you should not want to recreate that process. Okay. And yes, sometimes it becomes meticulous. Sometimes it becomes a process, but you got to stick with it, right? Why stop doing what's proven? Right? So I remember when I was in government service, right? One of the best jobs I ever had in my life. I would travel, eat, it was rinse and repeat. But when I got into real estate, I started to notice that sometimes it's the simple, consistent is what creates effectiveness. Okay. Now, the flashing lights, that's the hype, guys. That's the adrenaline. Don't chase that. Get into a routine, get into a system and process where you guys can start to leverage your business and really become like the difference maker in how to service your clients, again, at the highest level. And that's why we brought on two masters at this game. My brothers, Matthew Acosta and JC Rangel, who have literally ripped the cover off the ball as it relates to home services and a few other really strong professional needs for the American public. So today we're going to walk you guys through how, as agents, as entrepreneurs, you can shift from being that one and done salesperson to building a business that keeps paying you by plugging in to build systems of tools, skill sets, and mindsets. So today, prepare yourself for transformation. I always say that the first step in transformation is awareness, right? Seeing a possibility that you haven't experienced yet. So today is a conversation and experience that you guys, many of you have not had the exposure to. So the awareness of what's happening at this very moment is going to be phenomenal for you. The second thing that usually comes with transformation is intention. Today we're setting it, guys. The intention for this class is for you guys to walk away deciding what kind of entrepreneur, what kind of agent do you want to become, right? And the real fork in the road is going to be you making a decision, right? Making a decision that this is going to be imperative to your business, right? And we'll get to that toward the end. This is not a choice. There's a difference between a decision and a choice. A decision is where you sever yourself from any other option. And that's where I really want you guys to get in your mindset, is when you make a firm decision in your business that you sever all failures, you're burning the ships, you're all in, right? The choice is the alternative where you have A or B. You don't want to live in that place of limbo. Now, when you start to layer that with some key fundamental principles like discipline, by also like recognizing yourself, like this is something that I personally struggle with for a long time and continue to do so, admittedly, is like, wow, how can I recognize my hard-earned efforts, my achievements, like the work that I'm putting in every single day. And sometimes you need a community around you to be able to uplift you, right? Uplift you. So with all that being said, today, you guys are going to find resolve. We're not going to quit. You guys are going to stay the course. I love that you guys are putting comments in there. Conviction is going to come from what we established today, and that's belief. Belief that you can service more. Belief that you can take your game next level, right? You guys with that? Drop some emojis in the chat. I want to get some fire going on in here because today's conversation is going to unlock mindset. We're going to expose you to some tool sets that you may not have. And then more importantly, advance your skill sets so you stop leaving money on the table, right? Sounds great? All right. So without further ado, I want to introduce, let me first introduce my brother, Matthew Acosta, who's one of the founding members, a team leader, a brother in Christ. Man, this dude is literally leading it from the front. Let me bring up my brother, Matthew Acosta, to the stage. Matthew, come on up, brother. There he is.
Wow, man. Thank you so much for that introduction there. I truly appreciate it.
All day, my brother, all day, man.
It's an honor to be here.
It's going to be fantastic, man. Thank you for joining us from all of the communities that are tuning in live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. You guys are in for a special treat. And now let me also bring in my other brother. Had the opportunity to meet this fine gentleman a handful of years. Was on his podcast. We were just sharpening iron, and somebody that I've highly respected in the industry. He's the BYLD president, one of the co-founders for the company. My brother JC Rangel, come on up to the stage. JC, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
There he is. We got the voice in,
Awesome.
bro. We got the voice in. Thank you, my brothers. Now, before I turn it over to you fine gentlemen, I know you guys got a powerful presentation and overview. I just want to first just personally thank you as a brother and as a fellow entrepreneur in the space of elevation and growth, and how both of you continue to contribute to those that are seeking more, that are wanting more in various industries and spaces. So I just want to acknowledge you both for being on the call.
Well, thank you so much for having us here. By the way, can you guys see me okay? Am I good to go?
Bro, I got that. Yep. We got three handsome faces on this call. So the viewership is surely not disappointed. So yeah, we can see you both. And for the next 40 minutes, guys, tune in. Make sure you guys, like I always got my thing to write down here. I'm going to walk away with some diligent notes. Get on the edge of your seats and hang your questions. Go ahead and put them in the comments box across all channels. We'll make sure that they get answered at the conclusion of this call. Otherwise, I'm going to turn the table over to Matthew and JC.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and share my screen. Oops, I think, did we lose JC there? Oh, there he is. I'll go ahead and share my screen here. And let me see here. Let's see. Can you guys see my screen here?
We sure can. It looks like it's loading up, brother. Let's go.
It's popping up.
Okay, awesome. So what we'll do is, JC, you want to go ahead and take the lead on the presentation here for us? Can you hear us there?
Sure. All right. Well, once again, Joseph, thank you for having me. Matthew, thank you for having me. My name is JC Rangel, as you mentioned, co-founder and president of BYLD. And we work with a lot of professionals, a lot of, whether it be real estate professionals, brokers, CPAs, because what we offer is we offer opportunities for people to be able to make additional money with their existing clientele, right? I think that a lot of people are making, they're leaving a lot of money on the table, right? So that's one of the things that BYLD helps us cover. But in addition to that, we help people build their mindset, their skill set, their network, and also building their net worth, right? So let's go to the next slide, Matthew, and we'll get started with this presentation. I'm going to breeze through the presentation so we can have more of a conversation afterwards. If you could go to the next slide, Matthew.
Oh, did it, let me see here.
All right.
Showing next on mine.
No, I can see the next slide. I think there's just a little bit of I think there's just a little bit of a delay. Yep.
Okay.
So here's what we are. We are a home services and financial empowerment direct sales company. We're also a business building platform that equips you with the tools, tech, and the training to support you to thrive in today's competitive business world, right? But one thing that we are not, ladies and gentlemen, is that we are not a one-size-fits-all direct sales model, right? That's why we work with many different professionals from different industries. Next slide. Now, starting in business right now. So we offer opportunities for people that want to start their own business, but we also offer opportunities to those established business owners or those established professionals, right? Once again, I know that we've got a lot of realtors watching us tonight, people like that, but also there's people that maybe they're not realtors, but they say, hey, I want to offer some services to be able to make a six-figure income. I want to make at least a six-figure income. What can I do? We offer those people an opportunity. So what is it, starting a business? There's a lot of issues these days, right? Because life keeps getting more expensive, right? Wages are not keeping up with inflation. 50% of divorces are actually caused because of financial reasons, which is very unfortunate, but 50% of divorces, imagine that, caused because of financial reasons, right? Many physical and mental health issues are directly tied to finances, and people are living longer, so governments around the world cannot afford to support the growing population. Another big thing is that AI is replacing many jobs. This is why I tell people, you should have a way to be able to be valuable, to be able to make great money. And having your own business is one of those ways. And having different streams of income is also an important thing, right? And the big one, a very big one here is that there's an entire generation that is studying for jobs that simply will not exist by the time they enter the workforce. Let's go to the next slide, please. And that's a big issue, right? I mean, I truly believe that. And the problem is this, that people want to start a business, but they get lost. Entrepreneurs get lost with the confusion. There's so much information and overload on the internet. 80% of small businesses fail within the first 2 years. And aspiring entrepreneurs are basically bombarded with opportunities, and they really don't know where to get started, right? They're distracted. So we believe that the solution is to provide the guidance, the education, tools, and support and structure and mentorship to help people do that. So let's go to the next one. These are the opportunities that we look for. And this is why we have such a great relationship with so many people in the real estate profession. Number one is essential services. Why is that? Transfer spending. So since we have an audience of realtors right now, here's what we talk about, and we're going to talk about this on the next slide. But everybody that you sell a home to, guess what they're going to connect? They're going to connect their internet. 100% of them are going to connect their internet. 60% are going to get a home security system, right? 40% are going to get a solar system. 25% are going to get an alkaline water filtration system. There's so much money that they're leaving on the services. So essential services are easy because why? It's transfer spending. So if you're able to save people money on the services and the products that they are already spending the money on, that makes it easy. The next one is industries that have a big target market, but at the same time, a low market penetration. Okay. Also, industries that thrive whether the economy is good or the economy is bad. That's a big one, right? Because every couple of years, every 5 to 10 years, the economy is doing good, then it's not doing so good. I want to be involved in industries that are going to thrive regardless of whether the economy is up or down. And then the last one is reoccurring revenue models. My business partner has a Rolls Royce, right? I love Rolls Royces. I think they're great cars. Maybe I'll get one day, right? But I'm more of a sports car fan. But I say to him, you know what the RR stands for? He says to me, yeah, Rolls Royce. I said, no, it stands for reoccurring revenue, right? Reason being is because if you have reoccurring bills, wouldn't it make sense to have reoccurring revenue? I'm a firm believer of having a passive income. A lot of people do it through buying real estate. That's awesome. But there's a lot of different ways to create a passive income model. And so we specialize in that, right? Everything has a subscription nowadays. Let's go to the next slide, Matthew. So these are the services that BYLD offers, right? Number one is solar. The average that we offer on the solar side are $6,000 to $10,000 per sale. Now, here's the thing. The thing about our business platform is that the people that work with us do not have to become solar experts. They don't have to become security experts. We offer ADT and Brinks, and we cover all of America with these services, by the way. The average commission there is $400 to $700. We offer the most powerful alkaline filtration system in the world. The gentleman that brought alkaline water to America is the one that creates our products. Okay. He's been over there by Magic Mountain. I forget the city, but by Magic Mountain for 30 years. Those commissions range between $1,000 and $2,500. On the internet side, once again, we talked about this, right? When I talk to my real estate friends, 100% of your customers are going to get internet. You're leaving $200 to $400 on the table, right? Water, same thing. Home security, and solar. And then we also offer cell phone services through AT&T and Verizon. And these are the average commissions that people are making. So the way that our partners work with us is they have their own back office. They enter a lead. An expert will qualify the lead, present the lead, close the lead, and then half of the commission is paid to the member, the BYLD member that referred that lead. And they don't have to be involved. As a matter of fact, you could be as little or as much involved as you would like. Let's go to the next slide. All right. So as far as solar is concerned, why go solar? I've been involved in the solar industry since 2020. My team has done over 10,000 installations in the last 5 years. We've done exceptionally well. But why solar, right? So if we're going to put a focus on this, well, people can save up to 50% on that electric bill. And I'm going to go off script here a little bit. I want to tell you guys something. I love the solar industry. I've helped a lot of people. We've blessed a lot of homeowners, and we've blessed a lot of our sales reps that work with us. But it's one of those things that I don't think that solar is a sales pitch. It's more of an IQ test. Here's why. How long do you plan on paying your electric bill? That's a rhetorical question. I know the answer to that, right? Forever. You're never going to not pay that electric bill. If you bought your home so you don't have to pay rent forever, you're renting your electricity. When you go solar, you're buying your electricity and you're saving money, especially those of you guys in California. There's some states like California where it's just the biggest no-brainer. So number one is you can save up to 50% on your bill. Number two is you put a backup battery. Now, if there's blackouts, you don't have blackouts. Your electric bill does not have an end date, right? Means you will always have an electric bill. When you have solar, that solar bill, not only is it saving you money, but it has an end date. And every year that goes by, you save more money than the previous year. So if year one, we saved you $1,000, year two, you're probably going to save $1,500 to $2,000. Year three, you're going to save more. Year four, you're going to save more. It just becomes a big no-brainer, right? And so, and then, to me, the blackout protection, some people may say, well, I don't experience that many blackouts. That's fair enough. But even if it's one blackout a year, it's worth it. But just because we haven't experienced a lot of blackouts doesn't mean that we won't experience blackouts. And I'll tell you this, there's such a big push with EVs. The more EVs there are on the road, the more vulnerability there is on the grid. You should be independent. If the grid is out for a month, which, by the way, that's happened in California, out in Northern California. There's some cities, they didn't have electricity for a month. That's happened in Texas. That's happened a lot of times, right? Even if the electricity went out for a month or a year, when you have backup batteries, you're covered. You never lose electricity. Granted, you have a certain amount of electricity you can use on a daily basis. But, of course, in emergency situations like that. So my point is that solar is something that's better to have and not need than to need and not have. Now let's switch gears a little bit. We talked about home security. All of the people that are real estate agents, I'm sure every time you close an escrow, you've got an ADT rep emailing you, hey, does your customer have home security, right? And if they don't have home security, they probably should. Same thing with home security, something that's better to have and not need than to need and not have. Why not bless your customers with those things, right? So here's a couple of testimonials, some of the potential. Customer in California was paying Edison $287 per month before solar. We went, gave him a solar quote. We got the bill down to $148. We nearly cut his bill in half. That's about a 43% savings. Okay. We nearly cut his bill in half. Go ahead and click on the next slide. So here's what happened. The commission on that deal was $6,400. The customer says to us, wait a minute, is it 148 plus my 287 that I'm paying Edison? We said, no. The 148 replaces Edison. Now, granted, you will have a connection fee to the grid. It's like $12 to $20. Okay, so add an extra $12 to $20 to the 148. The customer couldn't believe it. He says, it just sounds too good to be true. Long story short, that particular customer has already referred us like 5 customers because of this. The mentee was a realtor. Okay, they made $3,200 on the deal. The mentor that closed the deal made $400. Customer in Florida, $410 to $290. We click on the next. Click it one more time. Commission on that one was $8,200. That's $4,100 a piece. Let's go to the next slide, please. So the potential is tremendous, right? We give people a lot of value, and because of the value, we get compensated for it, right? Now, as far as home security, I mean, last year there was a clip that went viral. There was in Whittier, California. This lady opened, it was like 4 p.m. in the afternoon, okay, on a Friday afternoon. Some guy came up with 3 guys came up. One of them had a vest. They all had a mask on. They pretended to be from the gas company. Long story short, they didn't open the door. When the guys left, this is all caught on camera. The family comes out to look. The guys, 3 guys, young guys, run back with guns in hand. Luckily, the homeowners closed the door, okay, and of course, called the police. It was all over the news. That particular lady called me on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. She called me. I knew something had happened. I said, I'm going to connect you with my wife. I'm going to have my wife call you. She's the one that handles our home security division, and she'll get you started. Long story short, she was the one from that clip. We've seen so many stories after stories after stories, right? I'll tell you one quick story real fast before we move forward. My wife one time had a customer that said, I want home security. I got to convince my husband. Husband says, no. I've got a gun. No, we don't need it. Husband was a truck driver. The husband went on vacation. Went to work. And when he went to work, somebody broke into their home. They tied up the wife and the son, the 6-year-old son. They robbed their house. The next day she calls my wife, says, we need a security system. Once again, it's one of those things that's better to have and not need than to need and not have. And there's a huge market for it, right? When we look at the statistics, break-ins occur every 26 seconds in the U.S. Every 6 seconds, right? 65% of burglaries happen during the day, specifically between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. And most burglaries occur on summer nights, particularly June, August, or July, right? So once again, a tremendous need that not only if you're a realtor or a professional, who do you care about? They should have a home security system. It is absolutely worth its weight in gold. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. Now, as far as our alkaline water system, here's one thing that I learned from a doctor. A doctor says to me, JC, disease cannot exist in an alkaline state. What you consume, the type of water you consume, if you're consuming water from a water bottle, guess what? It is very important that you understand that you're consuming some of that plastic. The average person consumes on a yearly basis a credit card size of plastic. We got to stop drinking off of that. That's why we have our glass bottles and our metal bottles, and we have our water system here. We offer the most powerful alkaline system. Let's go to the next slide. And here's a couple of things that our particular alkaline system does. Okay, go to the next slide, please. So there's 3 things. So there are some alkaline systems out there, ladies and gentlemen, that they just make the water alkaline. Okay, I see the type of water you put in your body. Let's go to the slide after that, Matthew. So I've seen some water systems out there, and listen, I'm sure that ours is not the only great water system, right? But I see some alkaline systems out there that simply make the water alkaline without doing the stuff prior. So here's what this particular system does. Reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis basically is like chemotherapy for the water. And that's awesome. But it's not, because it takes out all the good and all the bad. So what the second step that it does is that it puts the most important minerals back into the system, into the water, which is calcium, potassium, and magnesium. Now, this union of minerals makes the water alkaline, and you've got the clean. So you cleaned it out. You got rid of all the heavy metals. You got rid of all the chlorine. You got rid of all the junk. You added what the water is supposed to have, and you've got the most powerful alkaline system in the world. And it's cheaper and more convenient than buying water. I change my filter. I pay $300 a year to change my filter once a year, right? I own the system outright. I create my own water. I don't have to carry, big bags of sparkless water, whatever the case may be. Let's go to the next slide. So it's an amazing product that we offer. This is one of my favorites, and this is one of the ones that I'm the most proud of. And I've got a bunch of customers with it. So do you know some people that may need our services? Now, if we click on this here, you'll notice that these are the services that we offer. Okay, solar, home security, internet, alkaline water filtration. This is a great visual for people to understand. Do I know some people that may need some of these services? Yes. And guess what? Not only do they need them, they're going to get them from somebody somewhere. Why not you be a full, right, service agent with professionals that handle these things for you? Once again, you do not have to be the professional. You can be like, hey, Mr. Ruiz, I'm going to introduce you to my buddy Matthew, who will take care of you. And by the way, they have a great promotion. They'll give you a free night stay in Vegas for 3 nights and 4 days just for letting them show you either a security system, a solar system, or any of these things. If you need any of these things, he'll take care of you. Guess what? You set it up one time, you set it and forget it, right? So let's go to the next slide, please. So click on to the next slide after that one. Okay, so we've got a couple of ways to earn. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on every single one, but I will talk about some of them. So on personal sales, we pay the way that our company works is we pay 70% to the seller. Out of the other 30%, we pay half of that in overrides. The company operates on 15% margins. So the average commission on a solar sale, average profit is $10,000. That means that $7,000 go to you. If you had an expert that closed a deal for you, you split that $3,500 each. The process is simple. You enter the lead into your back office. You tag the expert. The expert presents, closes the deal, and you get half of the commission. It's very simple because we believe that simplicity is what makes business run fast. We don't want these professionals, whether you're a CPA or a realtor or a broker or whatever the case may be. You've got your business to focus on. Let's go to the next slide, Matthew. You've got your business to focus on. Let us focus on making your business run faster and keeping your customers happy. So we also have the option for somebody to close their own sales, right? Maybe you're somebody that says, hey, how can I keep the entire $7,000 commission or the entire $2,500 commission on the water or whatever the case may be? You could do that as well. Once you complete 3 sales and you complete the proper certification, you could close your own sales and you don't have to split them with anybody if you don't want to. You could even become a mentor, somebody that closes sales for other people as well. That's an option as well. Let's go to the next slide, Matthew. Here's an example on our mentor sales. We've got a gentleman that closed 28 mentor sales in a month. The average mentor commission is $3,500. I'll let you do the math. The average mentor split commission is $3,500. This gentleman out of Atlanta closed 28 in 1 month from home via Zoom. So this is an example. If let's say you help a group of people close their first 3 mentor sales, that's 12 sales, $3,500 a piece. That would be in that scenario a $42,000 month. Not too shabby, right? That doesn't include home security. That doesn't include overrides if you decide to build a team. Let's go to the next slide, please. And we have a team building optional side of the business as well. By the way, I've got my gardener here, so I'm going to move to the other living room so I can do this because he happened to be right here where I'm at. So we have a team building override system, ladies and gentlemen. The team building override system works like this. You have the option, which is 100% option, to build a team if you want to. So some of you guys may have some colleagues, right? Some colleagues that are also in the same industry that you are in. Well, if you refer them anytime, let's say, for example, I refer Joseph, and Joseph refers one of his customers that gets either home security, internet, solar, water filtration, any of the services that we offer, I earn a 20% override because I referred them. I'm like, hey, check this out. Last year, I made an extra 50 grand. Last year with my essential services agency, bro, you should check it out. Check out this 3-minute video. Joseph says, bro, I want to do that as well. How do I do it? Hey, sign up through here. Here's the information. Let's go. Anytime Joseph closes a sale, I earn a 20% commission. On solar, that averages $600 to $1,000 on every. So maybe he made the $7,000 or the $3,500 if he split it. I made about a $600 commission in that scenario. If it's a home security sale, I made about a $100 override, right? So it varies, right? Now, as my team grows, I could become a manager. As my team does 10 installations in a 60-day period, I get promoted to manager. Now I earn 30% overrides and 10% to unlimited levels in my organization. So I won't get into the details of how you get promoted, but we've got a couple different ranks, right? So here's an example of a manager with 10 sales in his organization. Let's say he's got a team of 10 and they all did 1 sale. Or it could be a team of 5 that did 2 sales. It doesn't matter. 10 sales. The average commissions in this scenario in overrides is $5,300 in overrides as a manager, right? Go to the next slide. Now, if he's a director, his commissions are bigger, right? So as a director, he's making 30% level 1 and 15% through unlimited levels. So now with 20 sales in his team, he's making $13,800 in overrides from his team, right? That doesn't include any sales that he does. So how to get started with BYLD? Very simple. You could be a builder. It costs $199 month one and $99 per month thereafter, right? The $99 per month, you could actually waive the $99 per month if you refer 4 builders. So if you've got 4 people that you personally introduce, your $99 a month is taken care of. You get your own CRM system. You get your own back office. You get your own website for solar, your own website for the water filtration system. You get all of the tools that you need to be successful. We've got a list of mentors across the nation. So if you've got customers that need internet in Florida, that need the water filtration system in Tennessee, that need solar in California and Arizona, across the nation, we've got the experts that will close the deals for you, and you keep half the commission, right? So it's $199 month one and $99 per month thereafter. Let's go to the next slide, Matthew. This might be the last slide. So yeah, there's some additional member benefits, right? We educate people on different things, right? So we have our BYLD Academy where we teach people on smart money, right? How to retire tax-free, how to be your own bank, how to use your dollar twice. There's a wealth of information in the BYLD Academy. We have live sessions, even the markets, trading the markets, right? Forex, crypto, options, futures, right? You have a premium travel. So now you could travel at wholesale with your Aventi travel agency, and you also have your drip CRM. So yeah, Matthew, that we got through that information pretty fast, brother. Why don't we chop it up?
Definitely.
That was good.
No, yeah, definitely. Yep. Thank you, Joseph. And thank you, JC, for leading that right there. That was some great information, because I do see all the questions in the chat here. And I just figured out how to get to the chat to go ahead and start replying to some of these.
Yeah, let's go ahead and knock out some of those questions. Absolutely. JC, I just wanted to say thank you for that overview, brother. It had my head spinning over here as a realtor, right? About like how, especially like our process as agents or entrepreneurs for that matter, how like that's a really weak part of our game after we're closing, like selling a home, buying a home. Like we don't really have a strong process in place. And like what's possible if you had a process in place where you're that go-to agent for everything that these homeowners need? Like I think that's the cut above right there, bro. That's the top 1% where homeowners, where they think, hey, I need a roof. Hey, I need windows. Hey, I need AC. I need internet. Who am I going to call? I'm going to call my agent, Joe, right? And then I am the hub of everything your home. Like branching yourself is a powerful place in that position, because now, again, team, those of you that are on this call, now you're the conduit of information. Now you're the educator. Now you're the mentor of their home, right? And there's a way to leverage that so that it also benefits your family. So that was real powerful, bro. Thank you for that.
And another thing to consider too, Joseph, is this. Let's say you've got a customer that you sold a house to, out of sight, out of mind. You sold the house to them a year ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, but they know that you're the hub. And when they need solar, they need security, they reach out to you again. Guess what? You are top of mind. So if they want to sell, they want to refinance, they want to buy an investment property, you're in constant communication with them. And you also have more reasons to stay in contact with them, right? And so maybe one time they're on your follow-up campaign to talk about, see if they've got some real estate referrals. But another time is, hey, remember that we offer these services in case, you may be interested, or anybody But my point is that you're always top of mind, and they've got more reasons to reach out to you. So, and again, you're not the expert. We have the experts that will handle that for you. But yes, indeed, you are the hub.
Yeah, that's so good.
I saw somebody ask a question here about what the referrals were when you are a builder for home security. The average commission with home security ranges between $400 and $700 per sale. So let's say, I would say the average is about $600, right? So when you're a BYLD member, that $600 gets split between the closer and you. So you would make $300 in that scenario. I have an agent that just referred a deal in Lakewood. His half was $442 last week, right? He sends me a picture, bro, I made $442 on this deal. He just referred the lead. The expert closed the deal, right? He made $442. He's like, bro, this is awesome, right? So yeah.
Yeah. How often do you guys, Matthew and JC, with that piece in mind right there, how often do you guys experience where people that are getting one service, now they start to add on, right? They start to add on the solar. They'll start to add on because they have you there servicing one of their needs, right? So now you're stacking opportunity. You guys experience that quite often?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Especially once they see
yeah.
all the different product lineup there, right? We actually had one of our partners, he was actually going in for a solar sale, and that solar sale actually turned into a home security sale as well. And the one who closed it is actually JC's wife. He called her and said, "Hey, I have a homeowner. I'm selling them solar." And they just said that they've been looking for somebody or waiting for somebody to come knock on their door for ADT. And I showed them the product lineup of what else I can offer for them and see if there's any other way I can help save money. They were like, "This is perfect. You're an answered prayer because I've been needing ADT." So he was able to do solar and ADT all in one stop, just from a simple conversation or just showing the product lineup, right? To follow up with that as well, I do see Trisha's comment in here. She put in, do you have promotional material that is customizable? That is 100% yes. We have mirrored websites that anybody that's on the BYLD platform can now send over a website that is tied to their name and their account, where they can send that to a customer if they want to go solar, if they want any water information. We could set them up with the ADT, the internet, all of that as well. So they have information and they have websites that they can send to their clients. So it looks, they can see all the reputability on there. They can see all the information, get a brief overview of what they're looking at. And then they can also submit in the information for their as well too. So they can customize it, put their picture, they could put their phone number. We've had realtors and other people in different industries even just use the flyers and put all their information and just send it out to all of their client list. And then that'll come back and say, "Hey, I've been looking for one of these services," and that comes across as another sale for them with just only by sending one email. So we have all of the systems and all of the material for everyone there.
As a matter of fact, speaking to that point, one of my buddies, who both of you guys know, Jose Perez, Tapatillo, right? He also works with us like this, and we're making him right now some flyers that he wants to give to the new homeowners, right, in the new homeowner packet that shows all of our services. It's got his logo on there and his name on there. So if they need any of these services, they contact us, and we know that is his referral. And not only that, when you have your own website, if somebody goes on your website and they fill out the information for solar or security or any of the services, it's in your back office. A company knows and it's tied to you, right? So it's all tracked, right? If you decide to build a team, you track you don't have to track your team. It's all tracked for you. All the commissions, all the overrides are tracked for you, right? I know that you're with EXP, right? Same thing, right? We've got a back office, same thing, the same way that these other companies do. And to answer your question earlier, Joseph, you mentioned about how many of these sales translate into additional ones. My buddy Fausto, who's also in the mortgage business, right, has his office here in Downey. We're getting his alkaline system installed in his office. We already got his alkaline whole home water filtration system in his home. He got his home filtration system in his home, plus his home security system installed the exact same day. He texted me when he got his system, when his system got installed, and he says, "This is the third shower I've taken today, JC. This water is amazing." He's so stoked about the water. And he likes it so much that he's putting it in his office as well. So, yeah, man, it just makes sense. It's a snowball effect, and those people that refer these businesses, right, and these agents, the sales come in. That means that the commissions and the overrides come in as well.
I love that, bro. That water thing goes hard, man. I got a completely off subject. I got one of my brothers, man. He went and got that kind of water just for his car, bro. He has a black car, and he's like, "I don't want hard water on my car." So yeah, real gangster with it. Hey, I have some dream chasers on this call, guys, that are in different states, right? So I seen that there was a question about the opportunity being national. Can you guys speak to that a little bit?
Yes, we are. We are international. We have multiple different products and services as well too. Solar, we do also. We mentioned the residential, but we also do commercial as well. We can do commercial in all 50 states. So if there's any commercial real estate agents here, we can also do carports. We could do EV chargers. We could do as big or as little and get as creative with the commercial side of the business as well too. So we're not just residential. We can expand to commercial products too.
All right, Dream Chasers, you heard it, man. I know you guys are floating through all 50 states, 26 countries. Let's go. Let's keep the questions.
All the services that we talked about, right? Solar. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So solar, home security, water filtration, internet, all of these services are available across America, right? So it doesn't matter where you are in America, you could offer these services. The only exception is the whole home water filtration system is only available in California. The alkaline water, just the alkaline water system, is available across the nation. That's the only exception, right? But outside, so if you want to offer solar, you want to offer these other services, solar is available in about 42 states. So, we'll give you a list. We'd be happy to give you guys a list of the states that we are in on the solar side.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We got a question here from IG. You guys mentioned members can be involved or hands off as they want for someone brand new. How easy is it to get started?
Yeah, definitely. That's it's super. Yeah,
so
super
you
easy.
Just to get started.
Yeah, go for it, JC.
No, go ahead, Matthew, because there's a little bit of a delay. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So you could be as involved or hands off. So let me give you guys an example, right? So I actually have the pleasure of having to be trained by JC Rangel with my very first solar sale. So by trade, I'm a barber of 17 years. And when I first got introduced into the business, I had a client where JC told me, hey, just talk to your clients and just tell them, hey, you just got started in the solar industry. Where have you been looking at going solar? That's all I told my client. All it was a 2-minute conversation. He gave me his utility bill. I sent it over to JC. I didn't know anything about solar. I didn't know how to answer his questions. I didn't know all the information that he needed to know on how to even go solar or how solar worked. All I did was sent it over to JC. JC closed the deal for me. And all I did was get the utility bill because I had the relationship with my client and sent it over. That one home actually turned into 2 homes because they had a rental property that they wanted to go solar on as well. That second home, we actually closed that one on a 5-minute phone call where JC just drafted up the whole proposal, got on the phone and said, hey, this is the numbers. Do you want to move forward? Yes, let's move forward. He ran all of the credit applications, sent out the contract. He did everything over the phone. All I did was be on mute on the other line, and JC took it all over from there. So that's how easy it is to be able to just refer in a solar deal, because I've done it myself and I know how easy it is. So the question of involved, hands off, I actually wanted to become one of the mentors. So I actually took a step forward and said, hey, I want to be able to make the full commission myself and become one of the experts and also help other people and my team do the same thing. So by doing that, I became one of the mentors. I help other people close deals. And it's just a duplication process. Why? Because now we're able to help other people other than just ourselves or our clients. We're able to expand it and give other people the opportunity as well. So the next question there is, how easy is it to get started? All you got to do is just reach out to us. We're going to have a QR code at the end of this call here where you can book a 15-minute consultation. We can answer any detailed questions that you have for you, and then we can also get you started as well, too. If you're ready to move forward, you can also be a customer for yourself as well. Say if you have a home and you've actually been looking to add any of these services on the product lineup, you can actually receive 50% of your own commissions on that as well. So that example that we had, if the commission's $7,000, you split with the mentor and you split with yourself, that's 50-50. That's $3,500 to you just by referring yourself to be able to go solar on the solar side. I've done it for myself with the home security. I've done it for myself with the water. I've been able to receive 50% on my own products like that as well too.
Yeah. And if I could really just speak to that really quick, Matthew, for all the agents that are watching this, or those of you that'll watch it in the future on YouTube or whatever, like one of the things that I get in on my coaching calls all the time is, how do I increase my income, right? So we have a conversation about increasing your commissions. How do you go from being that 2% agent to the 3%? And just simply crunching numbers here, like in a solar deal, it comes out to about 1 to 1.5% of the average commission here in the state of California. So if you're already a 3% agent or a 2.5%, and you want to start to add an extra percent, right? Like the solar seems to be quite, especially with those stats you shared, JC, bro, like what percentage of people will institute solar it seems like a no-brainer to me for you guys to have that tool in your toolbox to be able to deploy, so you can have like the conversations, and then you'll start to see some income growth in your business.
You know, to your point, brother, Jose Hernandez in the chat put, he sold 10 homes last year and 3 already have solar already. How many more of those 3 are going to get solar this year or within the next year or 2? So that just goes to the stats that I say. Your customers are going to go solar with or without your recommendation. And here's the thing. We have experience here. 2 things. We work with only the most reputable installers. We take care of our customers, and we have a Costco model. Because there's a membership, $99 per month, right? We have the best commissions and the best pricing for the agent, for the customer. So the way that you can get a better deal at Costco than you could at Ralph's is because there's a membership involved, right? So the majority of the money that BYLD makes is from the memberships. So the pricing we give the customers and commission we pay the agents is much better. So it's a win-win for the customer, and you know they're getting taken care of, and you know they're not going to go with a little mom and pop shop installer on the solar side, for example. That's not going to be around in 2-3 years, right? That's very, very important. So in that case for Jose, that could have been an easy $8,000 to $12,000 that he added to his income last year from those 10 sales that he made, right? Not to mention the ones that are going to continue to go, not to mention any of the additional services. I guarantee you they all connect to internet. Well, there's an extra $200 to $400 in commissions that are missed out, right?
Wow.
And so, yeah, those may not be that big, but guess what? They add up, right? You need gas to go and show these properties and do these open houses. Well, guess what? Let's, you got to have more money coming in.
Wow, that's incredible. Jose, I don't know if you're on my team or not, bro, but in case you're not, bro, holler at me. So let's have a chat, brother.
That's right.
Hey, I see I've seen a couple comments about solar, bro. Somebody mentioned freedom. Ulysses down here is asking about companies going out of business. Like, why is your guys' collaboration with the company you're with any different, or what's special about it? Can you elaborate?
Yep. So first of all, the companies that are going out of business is some of these companies, we had a feeling they would go out of business, right? They're not stable companies. The majority of the companies that are going out of business, because look, there has been over the last 5 years a solar gold rush. What that caused a lot of people to get into the solar installation game, right? Solar installation business, because there was a gold rush. They never even had intentions to be around long term. Does that make sense? Now, the banks that we work with, for example, let's say the installer goes out of business, the bank is still going to find them another one of their installing partners to go ahead and fix those jobs for them. Does that make sense? And so it's one of those things that I've got some agents that sometimes we recruit. They're like, well, yeah, I work with this other installer and they pay me bigger commissions than you pay. And I look at what the commissions they make. I'm like, that's not even realistic. That's not even sustainable long term. That installer is not going to be in business, like that. And guess what? Sure enough, they're not in business anymore. So who you work with has a lot to do with it. And it's just like the real estate market too, right? Well, similar to the real estate market. If I sell you a home, if I'm a realtor, I'm not, but let's say I were a realtor, I don't have control over everything that happens in the market, right? If the market crashes, that's beyond my control. These kind of things are going to happen. Nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody has the perfect place to be. That's not true. But when you've got professionals that have over 10,000 installs in their back pocket in the last 5 years, and our installers have significantly more, we know what we're talking about, and we only work with the most reputable installers out there.
Wow, that's awesome, brother. I know that you guys have experienced like tremendous growth, right, in a short amount of time. I would love for you guys to share that with this community, like BYLD. I mean, I heard of it early or mid last year, and man, you guys are on fire. So like, can you guys speak to the growth?
Yeah, I'll speak to the growth. So, well, first of all, we're a direct sales company, right? So people that are familiar with companies like EXP, when you offer the opportunity to be a broker within a brokerage, right? To be your own brokers, to build a leveraged income, comp plan drives behavior. Let's face it, comp plan drives behavior. If there's a comp plan structure where you make great commissions and you get to override by referring other people, you're probably going to refer other people. If they just pay you, hey, here's a 90% commission and there's no overrides, there's not going to be any referrals. That's number one. But number two, even most important, is the leadership, right? When the leadership, everything rises and falls on leadership. When the leadership is strong and you really take the time to build, for example, we have a training every Monday evening that is accessible to anybody, where we have a 7-figure earner get on every Monday. It's called the Millionaire Mentor Zoom. And for an hour, there's a training done called the Millionaire Mentor training, right? So this is everything from team building to confidence to personal development to public speaking to self-confidence, right? So when people are a part of a company that they feel that they're growing, not only their income is growing, but you are growing as a person, and you start to see like, I'm making great commissions, but my passive income, my override income is increasing. Well, obviously that's a very big motivating factor, right? And then the comp plan that we have, right? So, and then the services that we offer, I mean, we offer a tremendous value for people because of the nature of our business. The last part I'll mention is this: we attract professionals like Mr. Joseph Trujillo, right? It's hard not to be successful when you attract leaders like Joseph, right? Joseph has a lot of influence, right? And his people have a lot of influence. So it's hard not to grow like that. And then lastly is just doing the right thing for the customers, right? We audit every deal. In solar, customers can get eye gouged. You can't eye gouge. A sales rep cannot eye gouge a customer, because let's say they sign a contract with some old lady or old man and they are eye gouging the customer. That deal won't even go through. That deal will get stopped and say, hey man, this is priced way too high. Did you make a mistake? We got to fix this, right? So you got to put the customer first, because if you put the customer first, the referrals will come, right? I think it was Warren Buffett that says it takes a lifetime to build a good reputation, and it takes an instant to get to derail it, right? So those are just some of the things that I can attest to that.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
To follow up on that as well too. So, for myself, I mentioned earlier that I've been a barber of 17 years, right? So when we speak about the growth and why we're moving so rapidly, is because it's so simple to be able to come in and share the opportunity to multiple different people in any of the services. Just the home essential services alone is value to yourself, to your customers, if you're an agent, to your office, to your clients. And we're being able to offer these services without having to know or be the professional in each and every industry. So just how I mentioned, I'm able to just refer out a product and just send it over to the specialist. How many other jobs or businesses can you actually do that? Where you actually have to put out money to be able to start a business. Say if you wanted to start a solar company, you have to be able to fund all of the equipment, all of the payroll, all of the infrastructure, the building, everything in its entirety, and actually learn the business, right? Where here you're able to come into the business and have access to the whole fleet of products and opportunity that we have here with the professionals, the trainers, the leaders, the CEOs, the founders, the president, just like Mr. JC Rangel here. We're able to have access to the entire fleet of the organization to be able to offer these extra services to other people and actually providing real value, real tangible value. We're putting money back into people's pockets. We're changing lives by being able to, one, give them an opportunity to save some extra money, and also giving people an opportunity to do the same thing for their friends, their families, and their clients as well, too. So when we speak about the rapid growth and why we're blowing up so fast is everything that JC said and everything that I just mentioned there, because it's just a tremendous opportunity to be able to continue to grow and, spread the word to everyone we can.
I love that, brother. I love that, man. Thank you for that. JC, I know we're getting top of the hour, brother. You want to close us out with any final words?
Yes. So, I would just say, listen, we are looking for other professionals to partner with so we can help out as many people as possible, right? And I think there's an abundance. I'm a big fan of the book, The Science of Getting Rich, right? I don't believe in a mindset of competition. I believe in a mindset of abundance, right? In creating. And we are creating opportunities for people that are looking for opportunities. And I don't care if you're making $100,000 a year or $1 million or $10 million a year. Most people, their number is more. Right? If you can make more from the existing clientele from the past, your current clientele, and your future clientele, it just makes sense. We'll take care of your customers. Talk to Joseph. Joseph has a link he'll send you over so you could go ahead and get started. You guys already know what an incredible leader Joseph is, right? And Joseph is working with Matthew Acosta, which is one of our top leaders in our entire company out of thousands of people. And you'd be working with myself as well. So we're here to help. We're here to support. We're here. We believe in a servant leadership mindset. And we're going to win big. Let's win together.
I love that. I love that. Matthew, JC, once again, man, thank you both. Phenomenal leaders for being on this call. I know this is just the beginning of many conversations as we get a bunch of outreach from not just my organization, but again, those of you that are joining online, live and direct. Family, I told you guys this was going to be a powerful conversation with these two amazing leaders. Now, here's the challenge. I love to present challenges, right? In the Marine Corps, we had challenge coins. Here's your challenge coin, guys, right? None of this matters if you don't take any action. If you sit on this opportunity, you're going to lose it, right? So we gave you the knowledge, but without the execution, it's a wasted time for you guys. So now, hey guys, again, in transparency, this is exactly why I decided to collaborate and partner with these guys, right? Is because I took a look underneath the hood. I seen the back end office. I'm telling you, it's so elaborative. The tools, the systems, the education, and the repeatable opportunity for success there. Again, with like our past clients, the people that we're serving, like I don't want to reinvent the wheel, guys. Like this is already literally a plug and play for me and my business. And I would love for you guys to experience this, for your clients to be served with excellence and building a business that's going to serve you guys for many, many years to come. So your next step is scan that QR code or reach out to me directly. You guys can also find Matthew and JC on socials, right? On Instagram. Guys, if you guys could put your IGs in the chat, that would be phenomenal. Just reach out, throw a fire emoji up, say, hey, let's do it. Let's connect. Let me learn some more information about this. We'll connect with you guys one-on-one and we'll go next level with it. So thank you guys for joining on this call. Congratulations on taking a step forward and transforming and elevating your real estate career. Let's go build it out. Until then, I'll see you guys next week, 10 o'clock sharp Pacific Standard Time for the next masterclass. You guys have a phenomenal day. Stay blessed out there. Stay true. Let's go get it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, brother.